Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. If you have ever dealt with a narcissist, which pretty much all of us have at some point, what you find is that they have this almost comical, inflated opinion of themselves. And yet you can send them off on a tangent by just telling them that anything about them is inadequate in any way. And and so-called communists, usually people that own no capital, yet they declare themselves as capitalists. This is a religion. They have this characteristic of themselves, and they will just blow things so out of proportion. And I'm going to admit that I take a lot of evil pleasure in playing on their insecurities. I have pointed out very correctly that capitalism as a system, and hence the so-called believers, are sociopathic in nature. And what is the primary characteristic of sociopathy, but a lack of empathy, even a sadism, which they will continuously deny, but the more you draw them out, the more you're able to actually prove this, and I do this all the time, because you challenge them on different things, and the only response they've got is personal attacks, insults, and trying to tell you that you're less intelligent than they are, even though you'll be talking about facts, and they're just coming back with opinions and insults and nothing else. I got into this last night and with one person, and I was just doing, actually it was several people, but one in particular just wanted to keep it going. And I made an offhand flippant comment about his genital size, knowing what effect this is going to have on him. As of just a few minutes ago, he's still keeping this going, trying to convince me that he is not underendowed in some way. Like, I don't care. You're the one that's insecure about it, buddy. I don't know you. I've never seen your member. I don't want to. I'm not interested. But he's still keeping it going. In fact, he was trying to convince me that his income, his wealth level, is in the top 0.1%. This is a person that owns an air conditioning, single location air conditioning company in Florida that has a whopping 63 reviews, and then some other, I don't know, website or web page on Facebook that, and you cannot view the reviews or any information about these things without liking or subscribing to, you have to be a member of that web page to be able to see anything about it. So that tells you right there that if anyone leaves a negative review, they're going to have that post removed, and they're going to be ejected so that they cannot say anything else. Something I've been getting a lot of amusement out of lately is Elon Musk, that ever since he took over Twitter, he has just been on a tear. His tweets are just comical, like a grown man just begging for people to like him, and all of this. One of my favorite questions, but we've seen so many, extremely wealthy people do this. You know, they've got to be in front of a camera. They've got to be getting attention. They've got to be whatever they have is never enough. Anything, no matter how much money they've got, no matter how much wealth they have, they always have to be the center of attention. They're so desperately needful. It's horrendous and comical at the same time. If they didn't do so much, it would be a lot funnier if they didn't do so much damage. One of my favorite questions to ask so-called capitalists is, if I took away your money, if you lost all of your money, your possessions, if money stopped being worth anything tomorrow, if the dollar collapsed, what would you be worth as a human being to society? And the most amazing thing about it is how they don't even understand the question. I try asking them, who are you as a person without your possessions? And they don't understand the question. They always try to bring it back to their wealth, what imagined wealth they've got, and so forth and so on. And it's like, you're not getting the point. And I'll reword it, and I'll keep on asking the same thing in different ways, and they never get it. And then they will inevitably, predictably, consistently, always fall back on insults, personal attacks, some lame, weak attempt to exert some feeling of superiority, which they very clearly don't possess. They define themselves according to what they own. And they have no other means in their own mind of defining themselves as a human being without their possessions, without their bank account, etc. So these people are people that seek out power, and if they don't have that power, they imagine it. They try to put forward an image that they are a lot more powerful within their own lives than they truly are. They are insecure. They can throw all the insults at me that they want to, such as the one I was dealing with last night and just a little while ago. He just continues trying to throw insults at me, and it just rolls right off my back because I'm secure in who I am. I have defined myself throughout my life. So none of it matters, but I can throw out one comment and have him for at least 12 hours trying to convince me that he's not underendowed. And again, I really don't care. They're sadly, worthless to themselves. And honestly, I see a lot of indications of highly abusive behavior that comes from them. But I also believe that, sociopathy is something that is conditioned. I don't really believe that many people are actually born with that predisposition. It's something that develops over time. Our best bet to make real changes is for us as a society to redefine what our values are, redefine what you consider successful. If you are doing things that actually benefit society and other human beings without the constant need for attention and outsized profit built on the backs of other human beings. We have to redefine this and reject the people that claim that this is success. This is not success. When you are stealing from society, when you are stealing from workers, when you are stealing from everything about our society and trying to continue a sadistic, inhumane system, that is not success. And we need to call it out at every opportunity. That is the only choice that we've got. Until then, and I really invite other people that have a similar mindset to myself to also take great pleasure in just playing on those insecurities. Call out those insecurities. Play with their heads. It's so easy. If you even try it, you will be completely amazed. How just throw out some comment about how endowed they are and how they don't show any value as a person. Call them out and tell them, you are a sociopath. You are mentally ill. The fact that you need to hoard and thieve and show no concern, no caring at all, then there is good reason for them to be insecure. And we need to play on that. Because the only way that they are going to change is if we call that out. If we tell them, no, you're not a success. You're nothing. You're absolutely nothing to society at all. You can hide in your house and count the money in your bank account, but when you walk out the door, you're another human being. You are a human being just like the rest of us. And until you recognize that, until you start treating other human beings with humanity, with compassion, then you are nothing to society. You are nothing to me. You are nothing to anyone. We need to call it out. Share this video. Talk about these subjects. Ridicule these people. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can to help expand this channel and my presidential campaign. We can make a more humane society, a more fair society. We can do it. And we have to use every tool in our toolbox, because the only tool that they've got in their toolbox is a hammer. We don't have to resort to that hammer. But we can sure let them hit themselves in the head with it, because that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm making them hit themselves in the head with their own hammer. And most of the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. All right? It's a lot of fun. So, again, share this video, talk about these subjects. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can. And I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.